be available. So this is the part of education that we are bringing every Wednesday from 6 to 7 for 60 minutes, for just 1 hour. We are educating one another about the best way we can handle credit, the best way we can handle debts. That is always an important part that we discuss in these sessions. The best way we can handle credit. Okay, so the best way, obviously, is understanding its information, its guidance, one way or the other. Its guidance. So I will be taking you through to some few points that I very much believe will also assist every one of us to understand today's session that has to do with what? With credit and debts. Okay, so let me quickly share this. Um, Oh, yeah, I just want to welcome everyone. So, without any further waste of time, because we only have these few minutes, like 60 minutes together, let me quickly get into it and push in terms of discussing few things that has to do with credit. All right, so many are times today we are talking about excess debts or revolving loans comparing to personal loans. Sometimes people they go to the banks, they go to Capitec to apply for a personal loan, only to find that at the end of the day, you don't get a personal loan, you get a revolving loan. There's a difference between the two. Okay. Some people they don't understand the difference. There's a difference between a personal loan and a revolving loan. And a revolving loan, some banks like Standard Bank, they call it an access facility. You go there and apply for a loan, but they give you what we call an access facility. Access facility or a revolving loan is not the same as the personal loan because the access facility or a revolving loan, it's an open-ended loan. So meaning that as much as you are paying it back, but the money you've paid is also made available. So if you do not understand how to manage excess loan, then that becomes a very big problem. So that's another part that you very much need to understand when it comes to these matters, because there's a very big difference between the two. But I will start by differentiating a credit card compared to a revolving loan. Then, on the second instance, we make a comparison between a personal loan and a revolving loan. Revolving loan is also same as what? Is also same as what we call access facility. All right. So that's another part that I may very much need you to understand. Okay. Welcome, Gwanda. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Ateso. Keep on liking so that more people will get to join us. All right. So a revolving loan gives you access to your money whenever you need it without having to reapply for credit. So what does that mean? It means a revolving loan, you are paying it, but the money that you've already paid is made available. You don't have to apply for a new credit. So it's open-ended. It doesn't have a time where it comes to an expiry date or some sort of. So as long as you are not in default, a revolving loan is something that will always be coming and it will always be available, so to say. So some people they go to banks and more special people who are not clear about what form of a loan are they giving to me. They go to banks. I won't mention the names of the bank because some will say I'm targeting Capitec. So I won't mention the names. Because even Standard Bank, sometimes you go for a personal loan, they give you the access facility. A loan that is open-ended, that you always have an access to. that remains an ongoing temptation. You understand what I mean? So a revolving loan, it's a one that is open-ended, meaning that the money, if ever, let's say my revolving loan is 50,000 and I've paid 25,000. The 25,000 that I've already paid is also made available. So when you are tempted, you may sometimes end up going back and access that amount of money. And another instance is where people apply, let's say you are applying for just 10,000 rand, and then they approve you for 100,000 and they convince you to take 100,000. Don't. If ever your aim was 10,000, even if they say you are approved for 100,000, please don't take 100,000, because your initial aim was how much? Your initial aim was 10,000. So that's another temptation some people fall into, because they go there, apply for a simple personal loan, they ended up being granted a revolving loan. So that's another part that you need to understand, so that whenever you access credit, you choose the right facility for you. That is very important to be specific, because a revolving loan give you unending, perpetual access to what? To your money. So without applying it for it, you understand? So it's always made available. So how do you know whether you have a revolving loan or revolving loan is the right option for you? Because choosing the right option depends on what you need from the credit facility. Okay, that's another point that I must strongly emphasize, because one of the options available, obviously, the revolving loan may give you some flexibility, but you need to be careful when it comes to loan management. All right. Because that's where the problem starts. Some will say, I never wanted 100,000, but they give me 100,000. So the difference between a revolving loan and a credit card is that obviously it's an interest. A credit card is a higher interest. And obviously, with a revolving loan, it's easy to send it, or to send it to your personal and to pure personal account. But when it comes to a revolving loan, I mean credit card, sometimes when you move money from your credit card to your personal account, sometimes it affects your credit score negatively. So that's another part, because it seems like now you are more dependent on your credit card. And another thing that also affect your credit score with a credit card, if you have a credit card of 50,000 rand and you mix it on, it becomes an issue. You understand? So it actually appear very negative when it comes to your credit score, because access to credit is what builds your credit score. But you need to also understand what type of credit is good for you. So the point we are emphasizing today is to know the difference between a credit card, personal loan, and the revolving loan, because the revolving loan is same as an excess loan. It's an open-ended loan. The money that you've already paid is made available. But when you withdraw it again, it's more like another loan that you are taking. So it becomes a problem. So a revolving loan is an open-ended loan, and the interest payable on this loan will also determine your credit score and affordability. And it always changes from time to time. With a personal loan, you know that my interest is this much. With a personal loan, I know that it's a 12-month loan. After 12 months, it comes to an end. An excess facility or a revolving loan, it doesn't have an end date. You are paying, it's made available. And you end up being tempted sometimes if you do not understand what is happening. And a lot of people we meet as debt counselors have felt into that trap. So please be watchful and be careful about that. Another thing that I will also warn you about, because there are so many other scams that are going around. There can be a situation where you receive a call from someone who claims to be calling you from the bank and say you are owing this much, but if you can pay half, your debt will be written off. That is scam, good people. They cannot just give you a proposal without you proposing first. It must be you proposing first. It cannot be any other way around. There have been so many issues with people getting into debt and thinking that, you know what, I've been given a call and this proposal says if I pay half, my debt will be written off. Then you deposit money to wrong people, then you are in big trouble again with your creditor. So please be careful about that. Another thing that I will also mention, guys, I've heard it so many times now as a debt counselor, where you are contacted by people who will say, you can apply for this loan and that loan, then we will write it off for you immediately, then you pay nothing. Boy, there's no such, guys. There's no such. You will pay back the money. That is a big issue that you need to understand. And please do avoid these things, guys. We are always here to educate our community and make sure at the end of the day, we do not only educate, but we empower and assist so that eventually our community is well informed about the issues of debt and credit and how are they protected even from abusive debt collectors, because you also need to know that the National Credit Act protects you, and how it protects you is another very important element you need to understand. All right, so it's very much important to check what is good about a personal loan. You have a fixed repayment part. All right, fixed. You know that I'm paying from January to December. That's fixed. With a revolving loan, the money you've paid is always made available. That is an issue and a big temptation, because now that is an ongoing access to credit without having to apply for it. You understand? So the terms are flexible, which means you can use funds for whatever you want, obviously. Okay? But you also need to understand that there's a we said at first, you said the difference between a revolving loan and a personal loan. We show you the difference. Then we came back and say, let's talk about a revolving loan versus the credit card. The third one is a revolving loan versus the overdraft. Some may think it sounds the same, but it's not necessarily the same. Okay? Overdraft and a revolving loan is overdrafts can be the money that you can activate it in order to utilize. With a revolving loan, the money that is made available is the one that you paid. So it's always come back to be available. And then you will end up being tempted. So what I am teaching you as Impidebt managers today is that, good people, if you think that revolving loan will work, then you can go for it. But don't assume. Just know that I'm needing a personal loan or a revolving loan. Then you make a right choice. That will be fine. That will all be fine. Because a revolving loan, like I said, is very different from the personal loan. A personal loan involve a borrowing once-off amount that you cannot loan again against. Okay, you repay the amount borrowed via a fixed monthly repayment over an agreed term at a set interest rate determined by your credit score. You understand? That is part of what? A personal loan. But on the other side, revolving loan share similarities with a credit card and an overdraft, but they are not the same. They are also not the same as you may understand. Obviously, you can use it multiple times if you keep up with the payments. Even though the revolving loan interest may be lower than the interest of a credit card. So if you really want a continual access to the money you've borrowed, then revolving loan can be better suited to your needs. But if you need money for once-off situation, let's say you need to borrow 10,000 rand for this month and only because maybe there's a event happening or a situation that you need to take care of, then you don't need a revolving loan in that instance. So if you are following, guys, and you are learning something out of this, whether you are joining us via Facebook or you are joining us via TikTok or Zoom, can you give us some thumbs up on the comment section so that we may know that what we are discussing is positively impacting you? Can you give us some gift, some thumbs up, some other things that are good? Um, for that matter, good people, can we get some thumbs up? All right. Okay. So another thing that I may also request, those that are on Facebook, can you also click share so that even most people can also be able to benefit? Because right now we are in a situation where the economy is really not so positively. Okay, so we are in a very tough economic era. So on that regard, we really need to learn these things so that we don't find ourselves like we were discussing last week that every year between 7 to 8,000 homes are repossessed every year. You understand? And those are the things we need to understand. When it comes to cars, it's a lot. It's a lot every day when you talk about cars that are being repossessed. If you go to any auction facility, UCO or any other auction facility, you will see that even now, in this toughest economy, you can get a good car from auction because a lot of cars are being repossessed. People are sometimes are losing jobs or loss of income issues. Those are things that sometimes we need to confront and talk about because people are going through a lot. It's what we call the debt pressure. You understand? So businesses are closing down, others are moving out of South Africa. So there are so many things happening, guys. There are like really so many things that are happening. Inflation sky high, and we really need to confront the issue of credit, the issue of debt, and be on a good side where we use credit for our benefit, accumulating assets and stuff. So that's part of the things that we really need to discuss. Some people they don't find it easy to talk about the issues of debt. That is why, as Impidebt, we always workshop people, and we even said we now open to go to different workplaces across South Africa. We have offices in Cape Town, in Johannesburg, in Durban. We can do an online session for you and your colleagues. So let's get to discuss these issues because they are affecting us emotionally, they are affecting us mentally. Now that's what we call debt pressure because now we are really frustrated because of issues of debts. And if we are not talking and discussing and helping each other as debt counselors, it means we are letting down our communities. So I'm saying to you, the help is available from Impidebt managers. If you need people to talk to around the issues of credit and debts as we are discussing, we are the right people as Impidebt managers. Sometimes on your issues, more especially that pertains to financial problems, sometimes we just need people who will just listen. And we are here to carry your load, financially speaking. You understand what I mean? So, coming back to the issue of the loans, personal loans, overdraft, revolving loans, credit card, as part of our discussion, I want to also bring it into your attention the disadvantages of a revolving facility or an access facility or a revolving loan against the personal loan. Personal loan sometimes is always the best option as compared to the revolving loan. But someone is watching will say, you know what you are talking about, Bonisho? It's something that I faced at some point where I wanted a personal loan, but I was granted a big revolving loan. You understand? So if you've ever encountered such a situation, may you please indicate on the comment section for that matter. Or if you've been in a situation where you simply apply for a small loan and then you were given like the big one, a big amount, that maybe you ended up misusing one way or the other, and now it's affecting you because it's taking longer to pay it off. So those are the things that we really need to understand and keep on discussing and teaching our people. I'm happy that our team members are here. We've got Nokolo, Nokolo joining us from our Cape Town office. We've got Spiwe joining us from our Durban office. We've got Kanyiso from our Ladysmith office. We've got Spiwe from our Durban office. And we also have got Nogwanda from BlackRock, because that's where, as Impidebt managers, clear your credit score and revive your credit score, so that even if you need to buy property, our sister company is there to also assist you, apply on your behalf, motivate the approval, because we've had so many people like that who were having a poor credit score. We were able to work them out as Impidebt managers. After that, we moved them over to BlackRock to qualify for bond and property. That's what we do. Whether you are looking for a building loan, we have available assistance to get that right. Because at the end of the day, we sort out the issue of credit facility, every other thing, but we also need to make sure that you use credit to accumulate assets like property, maybe a car that you can use to work, something like that. That is very much positive. Okay. So, as I've indicated, I will also ask Pilile, I will ask Kinokolo, I will ask Spiwe and Kanyiso to share your details as well, because no wonder is also here representing BlackRock. You can also share those that are watching and saying, you know what, I just want to know how much bond I qualify for. Please assist me. Please, on the comment section, you can share your details both on Facebook as well as on TikTok, or alternatively on what we call the Zoom platform is also good and fine. All right. While you are still doing that, I will also ask others. There's a question coming from Leonard Soto. After paying off your debt, how do you stop the temptation to get back and borrow? You know what? If you've paid off your debt, you do not need like to stop, but you just need the discipline, and the discipline is through learning. You understand? So, as every Wednesday we are hosting this credit and debt education sessions, please always be attending. The more you learn the management part when it comes to debt, credit, and money, the more you are becoming better at it, ne? The more you are maturing out, and then you can talk to yourself and say, you know what? I know I'm not going for this, I'm going for that, I'm saving for this and stuff. All right. So I have asked if you haven't covered it already, credit building from scratch. So before we continue to the next level, um, okay, you are asking how to build your credit from scratch. Okay. Yosibonisa ngifisa ukubuyela kwi-trauma siphila ngayo isibaya. No, when you manage it right, you are no longer like, you don't have to hate it, you know. For me, I'll come back to how to build your credit score from scratch. For me, for example, I was working in an IT environment, ne? For like 6 years. But I jumped out of that simply because my first job opportunity was to work as an insurance representative. So my first job opportunity was in the insurance sector, or should I say financial sector, one way or the other. Ne? And then I study IT, then move into um, the IT space. That is where I ended up being blacklisted by 7 credit card. I had personal loans. Even I eventually use machonisas, like from the township, the machonisa that really visit you all over. Those people that can even trap you and stuff. You understand? So, so those are the issues, ne? So I've been there myself. That is why I said, since I know in South Africa, close to 70% of people who are employed are behind on their debts. I said, I've been there myself. Let me also become a debt counselor because my first opportunity, I was an insurance representative. Then I became a financial advisor. Then I became a debt counselor through different licensings and stuff. Then we also expand into property. That is why we have a movement. We don't have a business. We have a movement. All right. So we call it a movement for us because we involve everyone to be part of the system so that they can also benefit by becoming value to other people. So what we are building here, it's a movement and a system, not just a business. It's something that will continue growing even without us because everyone is getting a piece of the system to absorb and grow. That is part of our vision. All right, how do you build your credit score from scratch? From -1. -1, it doesn't mean that is negative. It means you are not you don't have a credit. You are not participating. So you have no store account, nothing, no loan, nothing. That is why stand is a -1. Then that can also be a disadvantage when comes a time where you need to buy a big asset like your property. So now you are having a situation where you cannot be able to do that because you do not have a credit history. So you being debt free and not utilizing a credit might be a disadvantage in a longer run when you need to purchase high valued items like property or a car. There are few people who can be able to do that cash. So in a situation like that, you need access to credit, and then it means you need to build your credit score. You may start small, maybe by opening a store card, maybe Woolworths. I'm just making an example. Then you have a smaller credit, then you are starting to pay. All right. You pay even before time, you pay a little bit extra and early. That alone is positive for your credit score. Ne? Then the next thing, maybe you can also add another a small personal loan. I'm just making an example because it doesn't give you an advantage to have 5 clothing accounts. It counts as one because it's just a multiple of one and the same thing. But once you have one clothing account and then a small credit card that's other side, then you have different credit facilities. Then they also contribute towards your credit score positively. And what I can advise you when you are using a credit card is that so that you won't be charged interest. Let's say you have a 10,000 credit card and this month you've used 2,000 in it and come the billing time, there's a billing time or billing period and the due date. So if you pay the amount you've used just after the billing date before the due date, then you will be able to get what? You will be able to get you won't be charged any credit. Ne? So Shirilele, but you wouldn't be clothing account plus personal make you live above your means. No, 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 no. The aim here is to build your credit score. Ne? So it's important to be educated. That is why you need to be talking to us. Right now, I am imposing ourselves as Impidebt managers as your financial advisors because we are also licensed by FSCA as Impidebt managers. So that when you need maybe to make a certain purchase and you are not sure about it, just send us an email. We will respond in 24 hours. You are in the shopping center, something is beautiful and you are tempted to buy. No, just give it 24 hours. Just go home, just to think about it. Send an email to us as your debt counselors, and we will give you advice. maybe 2 days later. You understand? That's how we create discipline one way or the other. Okay. So, yeah, but that's how you build your credit, starting smaller, then you maintain discipline and make sure don't take surety for people. If someone is saying, because you have a credit facility, can you take this item for me? No, don't do that. Even the Bible says, don't take surety for other people. Don't take. If someone says, because now you have this Truett's account, can you take this beautiful dress for me? I'll pay you little by little. The answer is no. You understand what I mean? The answer is no. Tell them that I'm still gonna consult my debt counselor about my situation. Things are not looking good. Send us an email. We will respond and say no. You know, when we respond by big no in the middle of your email, that's what we are going to do. Okay. Will that be fine? Because there are so many people who are in debt and other credit commitment. They didn't buy anything. But because they were assisting the friend, the neighbor, now they are in trouble. People are going out to make loans, then they come back and make it your responsibility to assist them in paying back. Doesn't work like that. There are people who are having bad credit score, not because they bought something, but they took something using credit for their girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, wife, and stuff, siblings, family members. You don't do that. Okay? I know now you are quiet. You are no longer giving me some love. You are no longer giving me the stars, the hearts, nothing. Because now I'm hitting it in the right way where you are getting it wrong. That is why now you are quiet. That is why now you are no longer saying, hey, 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 I'm getting you. You understand? So the answer is no. Okay, let's come back to the disadvantages. And I ask you guys that have you applied for a 5,000 loan and you are given 50,000 and you use it all? Now it's a bit of a battle. If you are in in that situation, you need to talk to us as Impidebt managers to assist you. You say, Sponiso, you know what? I went to this bank just to borrow 5,000. They gave me 100,000. I used it all. Now I'm in trouble. I need to be paying back. And this 100,000 revolving loan, I've been paying for 2 years. It doesn't move. The interest is too big. How am I gonna do that? How am I gonna copy? How to handle a situation like that? Eh? Machonisas, machonisas, they don't. You know, going to machonisa won't improve your credit score. Machonisas are not registered lenders. That is a very big problem. So please don't go to machonistas and think that your credit score will grow. No, machonistas are not even registered. So be careful about that. Yeah, please check that out so that you do the right thing the right way. So the disadvantages of an excess loan or revolving facility, other banks they call it excess loan, revolving facility. That's always a temptation. So if you don't want to be tempted, just take a personal, be positive about it. If ever you are not sure if these people are giving you the right thing, because as a debt counselor, we've encountered people who say, you know what, Spoonies, I wanted a personal loan that I will pay for 12 months. Then they gave me this that I've always been paying. It's not even going down. I've paid for 2 years, but I haven't even reached the capital. Next week we'll be talking about that, teaching you how much goes towards capital, how much goes towards interest, so that you understand those matters in a lovely way. All right. So, disadvantage, the first one is what we call a high interest cost. That's a big issue. High interest. So the accumulating interest charges for can be very, very a disadvantage. Number two, debt cycle. Continuous borrowing and repayment without a fee schedule can lead to a situation of a perpetual debt, making it challenging to pay off the borrowed amount entirely. So that's another situation that you may encounter around ongoing access to your credit. Okay, so that's another thing that you must be very careful about. And it may also impact your credit score. All right. So misusing or maxing out your credit limit can negatively affect your borrowing credit score, impacting your ability to access future loans. All right. So those are the things that you need to understand. Uputu khuluma isingisi vele. No, Sanele, we have to accommodate everyone because everyone, we have clients across South Africa. Ne? So when we are educating the Rainbow Nation. So we are engaging everyone so that at least as a commercial language, they will get to understand, You understand what I mean? So that is why we take an instance of taking this lecture and using the parliamentary English so that it goes straight home and you can get it right and fine and good. Okay, so yeah, that's another part. And another thing, your interest rate may end up fluctuating. So changes in interest rate can affect you because this is also a market link, meaning that if interest rates are going up, it will potentially become expensive to repay your debts. I hope you are following this through and you are understanding very well. So in these 20 minutes that I'm having, I want now to go back and guide you about solutions because I was mostly touching on the problems that we very much need to avoid. But before I go there, remember right now on Facebook, I'm also sharing our contacts so that you may also check out for your own maximum benefit. So I am sharing our contact also live on Facebook, as you can check it out. Check us on 082 083 8549, 082 083 8549. That is our WhatsApp and telephone or SMS. Also on 078 855 9396. I repeat, 078 855 9396. Any issues with debts, with credit and stuff, talk to us. And also, our national WhatsApp number is 076 8100953. 076 8100953. Thank you, Pilile, for writing it down. Thank you, Impidebt managers, for also writing it down. Yes. So I repeat, 078 855 9396. Let's talk about solutions and the issues of debt. And also 082 083 8549. 082 083 8549. So please write those numbers, Pilile, write those numbers, Nokolo. Also your email address. Nokolo's email is nokolo@impidebt.co.za, pilile@impidebt.co.za, admin@impidebt.co.za, sponiso@impidebt.co.za. Also check that out because those are our details. We are very much sharing with you to check them out so that if you want us to talk, even on one-on-one, we can talk over the phone, online. Let us talk, good people. You do not have to let your car to be repossessed if we are there as Impidebt managers. You do not have to allow a situation where your home is repossessed and put into foreclosure if we are here as Impidebt managers to assist you. So please do utilize the services we provide for your own benefit one way or the other. So now let me take you through our website, just to revisit our website and show you a few things that may positively benefit you. Our website, I'm sharing it live on Facebook right now, is impidebt.co.za. So when you engage us, you are overly indebted, now you want to restore your credit score, we are the right people to talk to. And you can see that the interest rate you are paying is really high. That is where we come in to also assist and reduce the interest rate that you are paying. You understand what I mean? If you own a car and you pay an interest rate that is above 13%, that is ridiculous. That is a very bad deal. You are not winning. I'm telling you the honest truth. So please check those things out. Engage us further so that we assist you in a very positive way and pay what you can actually afford when it comes to the credit term. So Impidebt Managers is your credible partner in reclaiming your financial freedom. So we are a trusted provider in debt counseling and credit and debt management services with a presence in Durban, Joburg, and Cape Town. Obviously, we touch all corners of the country. So, as Impidebt Managers, we are saying don't let debt control your life. Contact us for a free, no obligation consultation. Our team is ready to listen, understand, and help you find a path to your financial freedom. So please do visit our website, impidebt.co.za. Check us out there. You can also click the please call me sign. You can type and then it goes straight into our email address, because our vision is to be a leading provider in terms of debt management in South Africa, empowering individuals and families to achieve sustainable financial stability and a debt-free future. That is our mission, to provide professional and effective debt counseling services. So our services include the debt counseling, credit repair services, because that's part of the process, debt restructuring, financial education, legal protection against creditors, while we negotiate better repayment terms on your behalf after doing a thorough assessment of financial situations. So if you need us to do a very good assessment in terms of your debt repayment plan, talk to us so that we'll be able to help you. So when I'm saying talk to us, why? Why Impidebt Managers? Let me tell you, the name Impidebt means that we are really in this thing to fight the what we called we always say the modern day slavery is being overly indebted. That is modern day slavery. So that is what we do fight against as Impidebt Managers. So our certified debt counselors bring years of experience in helping individuals and families navigate their financial difficulties. So we offer you comprehensive solutions. That is why we say check out Impidebt Managers, because we also offer you support and legal protection from creditors. So, as Impidebt Managers, we provide legal protection under the National Credit Act, preventing creditors from taking legal action against you or against your asset. All right. So, Impidebt is the company as Money Republic. Money Republic is our platform, is our sister company. Sibongile. Money Republic is our sister company. That is why right now we are also live on Money Republic page, for that matter, so that people may also get to learn more about what we do. All right. Thank you for that question. So while we are still on the issue of the why us, we also offer you lower interest rate. That is another beautiful part. Lower interest rate. That is a very positive advantage. So please do check that out as well, as a part of what we call a learning process. So if you are following through, then that will be absolutely great, amazing, and beautiful. I hope we are together on this part. So if that is clear and straightforward, then that will be absolutely great. Okay, so I hope you team are following and you very much uh, understand the elements. Okay, so if you have any other questions, good people, please bring about those questions, and most definitely are going to answer them. All right, there's a question coming from Apiwe. Ngicela ukubuza ngidinga abasebenzayo kuphela. All right. Apiwe, if you are overly indebted and you are no longer working, maybe you may have other options that may help you to be able to pay little by little. Please just talk to us for assessment, then we will actually take it from there. All right, I hope that is pretty much clear and straightforward on that instance. Okay, so if that is pretty clear and straightforward, then that will be absolutely great. That will be absolutely amazing. So, yeah, if that is clear and straightforward, then that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay. So, if you are following and you're cool, then that's good. So, we offer you as Impidebt managers lower interest rate, consolidated monthly repayments, and you avoid repossession. And as Impidebt, we offer you a clear path to become debt free. On top and above, we offer extensive financial education. As someone was asking about Money Republic, because that's the family business as well. All right, so if that is pretty much clear and straightforward, that's beautiful. But now let me quickly share a few things about the number of people that we've positively assisted. All right, I'll make an example using this. So I will hide the account number and the names of this client for the simply matter of what? Of the uh, what do I pay in return? No, we assess you. Then if we restructure your debts, there's a once-off fee depending of how much are you owing, because there are people who earn like 60,000 a month and they have monthly credit commitment of like 90,000 and above that we assist. Then there are those that earn smaller amounts, so it's always differ based on the credit commitments, but it's very small affordable fee, obviously, because the service doesn't come free. All right, so let me make an example. Right now on Facebook, I'm sharing this instance where um, we've able to restructure this credit repayment for our client. So when you look at this one, this client has an account with Sportsin. We are practical now. So the client was paying 655 rand. We were able to reduce it to 316 rand. So it means it's a reduction of more like 50%. And then the second one is a FNP loan where the client was paying 3,564 rand. We were able to reduce it to 2,000 rand, 2,086 rand. It means we were able to reduce it by 1,500. That's more like 40%. That is very positive. So now that 1,500 is now available for the client to be able to put into some other living expenses. Okay. And then here, what is the third one? Scotfin Finance. The client was paying a monthly installment of 12,444. We were able to reduce it to 7,000. You understand? So from 12,000, we were able to reduce it by 5.5, meaning that our client is now having close to 7,000 that can go towards living expenses. Guys, we are doing good. Can you give us a round of applause, please? Because now, if you're in a situation where your income is 20,000, your monthly credit commitment is 30,000. It means you have more debts that is higher than your monthly income. So that's why we come in as Impidebt managers, restructure your debt, go through the code system, and then have the stamp that now you are covered. All right. Let me make another example. A Woolworths store, or this one is a very small one, but it's also positive. So you look here, the client was paying 310 rand, we reduce it to 150. So that is another reduction of 50%. So this client was actually paying 17,000 towards debts every month, 17,000, but we were able to reduce it to 9.5. At least this other almost 8,000 amount is now able to go towards living expenses so that you don't be in a situation of perpetually ongoing debts. You know, in order to pay Paul, you need to borrow from Peter. No, that's why as Impidebt we come in and then offer this positive solution. Look at this. I will hide the client's name. But when you look how we were able to reduce, was this a car installment? I think so. Yeah, I think this was a car installment. We were able to reduce it to 1.7, eventually to 600. You understand? So this is what we call this. Yeah, this one is a Toyota Corolla Quest. You understand? Toyota Corolla Quest 1.6. We took it down. We took it down to 1.7 installments. This one is from Toyota Finance. Let me check another one. This one is from ABSA Home Loan. This one is a final acceptance letter from ABSA. I won't show you more details as per Poppy Act. This one, installment was 9,000. We were able to take it down to 7,500, and the interest rate down to 14% from 18%. Obviously, the proposed repayment plan will go a little bit to 100 months, but at the end of the day, that's how it can be done. That's very positive. Can you give us another round of applause, please? All right, while we are on that, I want to show you this because that's another thing that you must be careful about. You know, when you are in debt review, some providers, they are really not helping. And if you are in a situation where you are in debt review, but by the look of things, you are not winning. You're really not winning. More money is not going towards repayments of your credit. You can see that more money is actually going towards things you didn't subscribe for. For instance, this client had an amount of like 1,552, 1,567 going towards credit life insurance. This client has an insurance, but their debt review company added another insurance. This 500, we were able to remove this 1,500 and say, we are taking this money towards paying another debts. You understand? So some debt review companies will add insurance, funeral cover, and life cover. Now you have another 5,000 going towards duplicated insurance because you have that on your side. So if you're in a situation like that, please do contact us as Impidebt managers. You're in a situation where you are really not happy with that debt cancelling company or debt review company, what they are doing, it's so out of order. You are not really seeing the progress. Contact Impidebt managers. We will assess your statement and pinpoint the things that need to be taken out. Alternatively, Remember that if you are part of debt review company, any company, you are able to say, you know what, let me transfer to Impidebt so that they can sort my issues. You can talk to us, all right? So let me quickly share the details again for your own benefit so that at the end of the day, you get this right and clear. So those are a few solutions that I am actually bringing into your attention. Yes, I am sharing it even on Facebook now, but I will also announce for you because Xolan Dlamini, I'll give you our details. That one is for you want to pay 705 in 7 years. Yeah, that's good. We can do this and do away with. So check us on 076 on WhatsApp, 81000953. Check us on 078 855 Check us on 082 083 8549. You can visit our website. And Pilile, can you share our national number, please? The 087 number, can you write it for me on TikTok so that I can read it aloud as well? Good people, are you learning something out of this? Because every Wednesday from 6 to 7, we are running this informative debt and credit education. Okay? So here we are tackling debt and credit issues, positive and negative ones. We are sorting and bringing solutions. So every Wednesday from 6 to 7, live on Impidebt Managers TikTok page, live on Impidebt Managers Facebook page and Money Republic, live on Zoom. Let's always talk. All right? Let's always talk. Yes, you can also contact Nkanyiso at the email address for Kanyiso, kanyiso.m@impidebt.co.za. Also check that out. So good people, talk to us. We've been there, we've walked the walk, we've overcome so many financial battles. Even now, we are fighting for you, we are fighting for ourselves. We are not going to give up. We are soldiering on. Okay. So, good people, there is no problem too big. There's no big mountain of debt too big for Impidebt managers to sort out. Check us out. Let's work this out and let us win together. All right. So I hope that is pretty much clear and straightforward with every one of you. And once again, if you've positively learned something out of this today, please click like, click follow. If you are on TikTok, click follow and like. Follow and like. And this recording will also be uploaded on our YouTube page, that is Money Republic. Please do check us out. All right. And that is from Zvezdan Kaba. Yilibe ngaqala ukulalela ngisesemncane ku-Cause FM ngifunda nelanga newspaper. Yeah, usemncane ne? Yo. That's absolutely great, ne? Yeah, I'm still with Ukos FM 18 years later, contributing so many things, empowering communities as well as our people and stuff. So thank you for bringing that. I've been writing for Ilanga for 17 years. I only stopped last month and say, you know what, because I'll be releasing books. So now I'm just focusing on writing books and stuff. Books about getting out of debt, about investing, about business, about financial prosperity from the biblical perspective. There's something coming next month in July. It's a lot. Study guides, USBs. Guys, you are going to benefit a whole lot of things from this. So please do follow this page, Impidebt Managers. Click like, click follow. Yeah, other than that, I like to say thank you so much for joining us. Once again, don't forget our contact and our website, impidebt.co.za. Check us on 082 083 8549. 082 083 8549. 078 8055 9396. Thank you so much. God bless you Enjoy the rest of the evening and good night.